Hello everyone, it's Vicki here today designing for Bramble Fox, and I am using perspectives from the September FoxBox, which you can see right there, and I want to create a crafty layout because there are crafty words and icons in there. So I'm using the Simple Stories Let's Get Crafty collection because it's perfect to go with these, and I have some photos of my niece who's doing some scrapbooking, which is really nice. So first of all, what I'm going to do is cut out all of the hexagons on this page. So that takes a little while and I skip through it so that you don't have to watch that. And what I'm going to do is arrange them on my page. I don't want to fill the whole page, but I want them to be down the left and the right hand side. So just watch me arranging them there and sort of trying to make a pattern that I'm happy with. And you can see I want them on both sides here. Hexagons are always a great shape for creating backgrounds, I think. And it's nice that they're already on this paper and all in different colours. So there you go, that's what I'm thinking. Some of these do get covered up, but that's sort of the idea I have in my head at the moment. I don't use all of them, but I do use a good amount of them because actually they're closer together on my page than they were on the sheet of paper. So I'm going to cut some pieces of sticky back foam and I'm going to pop a few of them up just to add a bit of texture to my page. So I just pick a random few, 6, 7, 8, 9 or so, and I just pop those up. And the rest I'm going to stick down flat. So there's no real rhyme or reason to this. All the colours go together, so I wasn't too concerned about where they went really. I just wanted to pop some up that weren't next to each other, if that makes sense. Okay, so I think that's it for the popped ones. I'm going to start to stick them. And you don't have to watch that whole process. I am going to skip through that as well. But I stick down the ones with foam first, and then I move on to the others and stick those flat. So that process is just about done here. Just sticking the last few down. And I do add another one in here because I get confused about where that one goes. Let's add another one at the top there. Okay. So that's all of the hexagons stuck down, and I know I want to put my photos there down the centre with the title in the middle, and I want to use these epoxy flare. Now in the FoxBox Plus we have a new item which is paper snips. You have a set of paper snips and you have some epoxy stickers which you can stick over those paper snips. Use a 1-inch punch, cut them out, and you've got little epoxy flare. Now, I don't use a punch because for some reason I can't find my 1-inch punch. I'm sure I had one, but I don't seem to have one now. So it's probably buried somewhere in my craft room. But I find sticking the sticker down first and then cutting it out makes it just as easy. Now this is super cute. This is like a little clipboard that's in the FoxBox, and it has a brown base and then a little grey bulldog clip, and you can just stick something between the clip and the base, and it just looks like a little clipboard with something on it, and I love that. I think that's really imaginative of Morag to make that. So more of those, please. And these are just little art pieces, so a little paint pot and then a couple of brushes which I'm going to stick on. Just take off the plastic backing. That little tile says craft time, so I'm going to use that as well just to balance out that blue, because there's none of that pale blue really in this collection. So by putting it in a couple of places I balance it out, and I've now added that as a colour. Just cutting out a third epoxy button because I love them so much. I'm going to need all the epoxy stickers. I'm thinking you could make your own as well just by sticking them onto plain paper, or, you know, like a pattern paper that has like a little floral in the centre which you could use. Lots of possibilities with those. So I'm going to back my photos onto this orange paper and cut those out. I always hand cut photos and frames and things like that, so nothing's ever perfect, but that's the way I like it. And then I'm going to distress the edges, and that just adds an extra bit of texture to the layout. You don't see it very much, but it just makes that little separation between the photo and the page just that little tiny bit more obvious, I think. Okay, so that's how we're going to go there. I'm going to put some foam on the back of the photos because I know that they're not going to move. I just have to be aware that there are a couple of hexagons there that have foam behind them, so I can't have the full back covered in foam. So that works. I just cut a bit of the foam off, which I'll use again later. And I'm sticking those down. There's no mixed media on my page, so I'm just using double-sided tape. And my perspective is going to sit on top of my photos. So I'll show you how I glue that shortly. But I'm putting some foam on the back of these epoxy stickers just to make those pop up a little bit more. Lots of texture and dimension on this page. So what I do after I've taken the plastic backing off is I put glue at the top and the bottom along the back of my perspective and then stick directly to the photo. And that's going nowhere. I use Scotch tacky glue and it sticks anything to anything. And yeah, no, I haven't had one fall off yet. I'm also sticking down that little chipboard. That's sort of flat on the bottom and then sort of up onto the hexagon as well. So it's slightly slanted, but it sticks well. Stick my glue, my craft items there, perspectives down with the exact same glue. And they're on there nicely. I've tried to take these things off with this glue before and it just rips the paper underneath, so that shows how well it sticks to the paper. Okay, sticking down my little craft time tile there with the same glue, of course. Now I'm going to put some little embellishments on here. I've got these puffy stickers. No, these are the enamel brads. They're not actual brads, but they're supposed to look like brads, and they're much easier to use. They're sticky backed. So a couple of those on there, and the puffy stickers. So I put the ampersand on the one next to the photo because it's got lines on it, and I just think that looks cute on there. And that's so cute, goes on the one on the left. And then the little pen pot goes on that stripy one. And I like them because they all have lines on, so it looks quite nice to have something sitting on them. I love this little, this is in the same Brad's package. It's like a little chipboard desk tote. So I love that, that looks really cute. I think about using some enamel dots, but I don't. Sticking down my epoxy flare. Make sure those don't go anywhere. Sometimes I forget to stick something there and I pick it up and they all fall off. I'm sure you guys have noticed in my videos before that I've done that. Just sticking down the last bits. These flowers I already had cut out and on foam from a previous layout and I didn't use them. So I just thought it would be really nice to just stick those down on here. I love a bit of floral on my layouts. And that's it. That's the final bit. The final layout is coming up. And there it is. I hope it inspires you to use your crafty pieces, and that priceless moment doesn't even need to be on a crafty layout. I just did it because my niece was crafting, which is priceless to me. I love that. There are some close-ups there for you to have a look at. Check out the September FoxBox Plus in store to see what extras you get on top of the FoxBox. But in the meantime, this has been Vicki for Bramble Fox. See you next time. Bye-bye.